to Fashion Attack. Today we are making a dope classic. Is this unbelievable chair from Pierre Jeanneret. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's the Kangaroo chair. It's wooden, it's with a lot of rattan on top of it. It's a material I've never used, and I'm so excited because it's for a friend of mine. He's missing a chair in his living room, and this is gonna make me so happy. Before we even start, I wanna give a huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. They're just awesome. They have thousands of online classes that are gonna help you explore your creativity. I use them so many times, and make sure to watch the video till the end because I have a promotion for you. First thing first, we have to calculate the dimensions of a chair that we've never seen, never touched. There's no information online, so we're gonna have to figure it out and calculate it. I have made this super professional drawing that I'm gonna share over here on the side, and that I'm also gonna share on Instagram. If you have questions, you can always go there and ask me. But anyway, we just know that it's long 70, tall 65, and all the rest of the angles, I'm gonna show you how to calculate them. Equipment. I'm literally using the leftover of that mirror over there that we used in the last tutorial. You can go and watch it over here. But the wood that you have to buy is gonna be minimum of 150 times 65. This part of the video is completely unexplainable. I'm just making marks here and there to go then and calculate the size that I will need of the chair. I used all the reference that I had, but I will explain very soon what I did to understand which curves, which angles, and which lines to draw. Okay guys, let's try to make a final summary because I realized this is a mess. Every leg is thick 5 centimeters, but the top has a different size. So how did we calculate this? We went up 34, and this is where we make the first mark at 34 and crossing the 5 centimeters. We go inside 10 more, so a total of 15, and then we go up 23. The bottom of the chair and the top of the sitting area are at exactly the same spot. So at 23 minus 15, we make a mark, and then on the same side here, 20 distance from the back, 23 from the bottom, we're gonna make the second mark. And this way you can finally draw your diagonals. Yes, we got it. Clear? Yeah. Woohoo! This is going so great. I think it's the first time in my life that I'm gonna be able to finish a tutorial in one day. One day. How do you guys do that? One day. Take out your jigsaw, and it's time to cut away every single angle that we did before. This one is going to be an easy step. You just have to start from the outside and follow your lines all the way to the middle. This is going just like up to plan. This is working just up to plan. Okay guys, I can confidently say that this project is gonna work. That was very loud. Put it on top of the other piece of wood, and then we trace it. This time there's no calculation required. And now we simply go and cut it away. Yes! There we go. We have 2 of them. Time to make the volume with some sticks. Let me explain you how this works. We made the 2 external parts, but now we're gonna have to make the connection lines with basically some sticks. We are basically gonna have to do 2 for the bottom, 2 for the tops, and there's 2 tiny ones that are here at the connection of the legs and hidden on the back. I will make the top ones, so where you are actually putting your weight, bottom and top, of 5 centimeter thickness, while the tiny ones are 2 centimeters more thin. Yes, let's do that. Attention! Yes, the chair does have 50 centimeters of width, but you need to calculate also how deep your wood is. So the line that I'm gonna make to connect has to be 50 minus the depth of the wood that you used. Time to take out the driller. At this point, we're gonna place the 2 pieces, one perfectly on top of the other ones, so that we can go and create the holes in which we are gonna screw inside the lines, strips, the connections basically. We're gonna go now and make holes on the tiny ones, and on the big ones that actually will need 2 holes, we're still gonna make only 1 hole on a little bit, not in the center. We want to go a little bit external, but we're going to make only 1 hole, so that after we can make the second one when it's placed on top of it, and we're going to center exactly the same dimension, size, precision, so that we don't have to measure stuff. Simply place your strips vertically and make 1 hole in the middle for the skinny strips and 1 hole on the side when it's the thicker strips. Let's start puzzling them. Inserting the thicker lines like this. And you can simply put your screw inside the first hole that is gonna go inside this little other piece. creating only one hole for this thicker strips is not going to be enough because it's going to dangle back and forward. You need to do also the second hole, but this we're going to do it in a second moment as soon as we screwed everything together. Trust me, I know the tricks to make this project as easy as possible. We still have to stick all the other sticks inside, but I want to wait to do that and now go in with a sander, because once we have too many sticks, it's going to be hard to pass in between them. And now instead I have the perfect shape, it's stable enough. I can go and sand it and even understand on the bottom which are the edges that make it like a bit unstable. We don't want this shaky situation. So let's go in with the sander. Obviously, you can totally do this step by hand. You just get a sanding paper and go and spend your time of every single edge. But the sanding machine is gonna make it so much faster. There's wood dust everywhere. This is amazing! It's turning out so good. It's already so stable and it took me no time. Like, I'm gonna finish it in one day. Now start screwing inside also the missing strips so that it's completely assembled, and at that point we're gonna go and add the second holes. As you can see, it's extremely easy because we made the holes already before, so the lines match exactly on one side, on the other side of the chair. You just go with your screwdriver inside the hole that you pre-drilled in the sides and go directly inside also your strips, so it's straight, it's easy. Time for some wood filler. As you all know, this is more or less my life motto, so I'm not a carpenter, nor are you. There's gonna be one mistake or two. The wood filler is gonna help us to hide the screws that we inserted on every corner, and also if there is some little imperfection like here that the wood chipped out a bit, or even in between the junctions of the wood. The instructions would suggest you to do it with this little metallic thing, but we all know that I'm a disaster at this thing and I always end up doing everything with my fingers. So yeah, the straight parts on the top of the connections between one and the other is fair to do it with the right equipment, but the screws, it was so much easier to just put a little amount on my finger and press it inside or on the top to make it smooth and going around the shape of my simple screw. I did this on every single screw, even the ones on the bottom and on the front, and then I let it dry. You guys want to let this dry and even sand it a little bit before taking out the stainer. Time for some staining. The difference between a stainer and some paint is very simple. The paint basically covers your wood. The stainer instead goes inside and basically gets absorbed. This means that you can totally see all the live texture of the wood under it, and you can even add more texture, leaving stronger stripes or lighter stripes, or adding more layers on the sections that you want to get darker. Basically, the wood is gonna look way more woody. And now, time to make the sitting area. We have to put all this in water. We're gonna let it soak for like 30 minutes and then we're ready to staple it on the chair. So we've got 30 minutes of dead time and I stink already. So because we have to finish all this in one day and we have no time to waste, I'm gonna go and take a shower. And while we wait for our hair to get dry and our rattan to get in shape, let's talk about the sponsor of this video. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions of people get together to make their next step in their creativity. You can learn basically anything on their website. I've learned that if you wear a cotton t-shirt on your head instead of a towel, your curls are gonna look awesome. Oh no, sorry, that's one of my weird theories. I learned how to edit videos. The best part about Skillshare is that it's normal creative people making classes for creative and curious people like us. Creative people like me. No, you did not create any class. You just followed that class. The class that I followed was this one. It's how to edit on Final Cut Pro for beginners. It's from Ali Abdal and it was amazing. It taught me anything, from the tricks that I showed you before to the fact that you don't need to come this close to the camera to make your audio better. It doesn't matter if what you're interested in is art, video editing, crafting, you can find it on Skillshare. And for the first 1,000 of you that is gonna click, can I say it? Can I say it? Okay, say for it. The first 1,000 of you who's gonna click on the link down below, there's gonna be 1 month free trial, so you can do all the courses you want, learn for free, and yeah, maybe we can even take a course together. Let me know which are the ones that you like the most. Join the Skillshare community right away. While this is still wet, and you need it wet because while it dries, it basically shrinks a little bit, and it's perfect because we place it on top, and even though you have a few lines, they're gonna pull apart and become super steady. The measurement that you want to take is the one of the seating area plus a few extra centimeters on the side. Simply follow the pattern that is already in between the squares on the rattan, so simple to go straight. And then go and take the measurements also on the top part. Same thing, and also cut away all the little fringes that are gonna make it very hard for you to staple everything on the chair. Here you see, we have the measurements plus a few extra centimeters. Now it's time to take out your staple gun and go staple the hell out of it. If you ever heard the say, less is more, it's wrong. More is more. More is a lot more. We need to put a lot more. More, staple more, and staple more, and staple more. You're gonna sit on this chair, so staple more. Go and do exactly the same thing also on the top part of your chair, where actually there is not gonna be a lot of weight, so you don't have to reinforce it extremely much. And once you have it all placed nicely and you checked it and you know that you did the right thing, go also and hammer in the staples so that you're sure that nothing is ever gonna move out of there. Cut away the little extra edges. Guys, the chair is done. I cannot wait to show it to my friend because it came out amazing. It's so close to the original, and I'm sure he's gonna be stoked by the result. I'm gonna go and show it to you now, but follow me on Instagram if you wanna go and see his reaction when I give him the chair. And now let's go see the result.